Can we return an HTTP response message from action method directly in WebAPI? The answer is yes. Remember, WebAPI controller always returns an object of HTTP response message to the hosting infrastructure. But we can also create and return an object of HTTP response message directly from an action method in WebAPI. So if you see that client send HTTP request to hosting server, and hosting server web API on hosting server sends HTTP request message to controller that pass or set model to action method if any exists. Action method executes a logic and sends a return result to controller, and controller generate HTTP response message and send back to the server, and server sends the response to client. But as I said, instead of giving that responsibility to controller, we can generate HTTP response message directly from an action method in WebAPI as well. Now the question is, if controller is already doing that job without writing any code, why we want to write the code and generate HTTP response in action method and return? The answer is, by sending HTTP response message from an action method, we can configure a response our way. We can set the status code, content, or error messages, etc. as per our requirement. We can use request.createResponse to create HTTP response message. So if you see in the following section, I have just created a get method. In that get method, if you see that I'm passing ID as a parameter, and that method returns HTTP response message. And if you see the implementation, I'm just getting that imply by ID from database, and I'm just checking that if imply is equal to null, then generate response with not found status. And if you see that I'm using request.createResponse to create HTTP response message. And if imply is not equal to null, then I'm sending status OK and imply in that response message which I'm creating by using request.createResponse method. I hope you got the answer.